highest position and the species is the lowest position. Means species contain highly closing groups, while the kingdom has highly diverse group. Contain highly diverse group means kingdom has contain highly diverse group, and while the species contain highly closed group. Now what is the species? The a group of closely related organisms, a group of closely related organisms that actually or potentially interpret in nature and capable of producing fertile offsprings. Means they are able to produce fertile offsprings. Means वैसे जो नेचर में आपस में इंटरब्रीड करते हो और उनसे होने वाले ऑफस्प्रिंग का होता है जो फर्टाइल होते हो, यानी जिनकी नस्ल चले, वैसे को हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? स्पेसीज या स्पेसिफिक एपिथेट के नाम से जानते हैं. अन्य भाषा में ये भी कह सकते हैं, कैन ऑल्सो से दैट species is the biggest gene pool possible under natural condition. मीन्स जहाँ नेचुरल कंडीशन में जीन पुल्स बहुत ही ज्यादा हो. नाउ व्हाट इज जीन पुल? जीन पुल्स द स्टॉक ऑफ different genes in an interbreeding conditions. In an interbreeding conditions or interbreeding condition, interbreeding population, that will be better. In the interbreeding populations, that is of among the species, means the stock of different genes in an interbreeding population, that is among the species, how much stock of genes, that different genes, the group of different genes is called gene pools, and how the gene pools is possible in the natural condition, that is biggest. Means having that species having highly closest groups, the livings which are highly closest groups, they comes under the species, so the gene pool will be also be maximum, यानी उनके जीन पुल्स भी मतलब जीन स्टॉक्स भी बहुत अधिक होंगे, चूंकि इसमें हाईली क्लोजेस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा जो क्लोजेस्ट लिविंग्स होते हैं वही स्पेसीज के अंतर्गत आते हैं. नाउ and we know that species, many species combine to form genus, and many genus combines to form family, and many family combines to form order, orders to class, and many classes combine to form phylum or division, and finally kingdoms are formed. Understand? So these are the now, as for examples, you know that I am giving you examples of that. Hibiscus, Rosa sinensis. This is the biological name of China, you know. Now that is a species, Rosa sinensis. Genus, hibiscus. Family, Malvaceae. One thing you know, that family usually ended in ACEA, 5 alphabets. In the family you will see there's 5 alphabet. If you see ACEAE in any names, it means that is the name of any family. Order, Malvaceae. Similarly, Alice. Alice is the symbol of order. If you get Alice, someday you should understand that it is the name of an order. Now, class is Magnoliopsida. Class is Magnoliopsida. And finally, after class, what is phylum? Sorry, phylum, not division, it is the plants. So, division. Magnoliophyta, and finally kingdom, it is a plant. So, plantae. So this is the systematic position of hibiscus chinensis, that is China rose. In the same way, you will get so many examples in your books. Now, taxonomical aid. Next point is taxonomical aid. Taxonomical aid means how the taxonomy is fruitful, is beneficial for the human beings. Taxonomical studies of plants, and animals are useful. Means taxonomical studies of plants and animals are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry, to know biodiversity and resources means how what are the resources we can get from this bio from these livings either the plants or animals that is useful for man. So this से बंदा है
पता ना इतना जरूरी
a study of plants and animals, plants and animals are useful for their identifications, nomenclature and classification. Which is useful for to know what is its importance for human beings. And for that the scientist also use certain technique to preserve specimens for their future study. And their examples that botanical garden where you see different types of plants, zoological park where you see different types of animals, museum, it is also the place where you see different types of it is the say that educational institutions, these all are the educational institutions. And museum actually it is the collection of preserved plants and animals preserved for study and references. Here in the museum the antique things are found which are not easily available. And botanical garden in the Calcutta, botanical garden, zoological park also you see in the Lucknow and the Calcutta, like that museum. The Calcutta museum is one of the famous museum. Here you see many type of such things which are too antiques, means we cannot see easily. So these are the aids, these are the useful for the study of the living for the study of the organism, whether it is plants or animals. So now finally we shall see how we preserve a plant. Now we shall start the next topic, that is herbarium. It is the collection. It is the collection of plants. It is the collection of plant specimens that are dried, pressed, and preserved on paper sheet. It is a collection of plants, specimens that are dried, pressed, and preserved on paper sheets. Means you take the plant and we place on the paper sheet, and after some days we see what's the condition. Now you see how this process is used. Now we shall see this process, how we can use this process. Now take a plant twigs and place it on the paper, and now it is covered with another paper, and finally closed it, and then pressed it for several days, and after some days now you will open and see what's the condition. Now after some days we will remove this, then open the finally, and we will see such in that condition the plants which we fixed some days ago. Now this is your complete appearance, and for that there are several situations, several conditions for that, and in such positions we tape it by cellulose tape. सेलुलोज टेप से तो चिपका देते हैं, हमने we fix it by cellulose tape, understand? And this is your complete set. Now this complete set you take it from and take a full size paper like that and placed it on that. This is the set and placed in that, and then here you finally taped it by cellulose tape. Now it will fix on that. Now you will give a sheet on that. On that it is a date of collection, place of collection, name of the plants, families, its systematic position, means species, genus, families, like that, and finally it is collected by name of the students who collected, and then finally identified by. So you have to fix a slip like that and identified by, if you yourself identify this plant, then write your name. Otherwise, who is the identifier, who identify it, and the name of that person should be given. So in this way, this is the complete your herbarium, and now you can preserve it, and it will be used at the time of examination. It is an another taxonomical aid for the identification nomenclature and classification of livings. Means it is also like that taxonomical aid, it is one of the extra technical aid of the, and these are, it is analytical in